What's up guys, Bomboy here, and just a quick video about how I stumbled into the top 500 on the Deadman Reborn finals. And as you can see, I just had my stats up there for qualifying, and I had the same issue as everybody. I couldn't get in, and yeah, we just had to wait it out. So it was supposed to open up at about 7 for us to like mess around and try and prepare. We didn't actually get in till about 8 really. And then there was no preparation time. You basically were just like preparing for the fights. You would get the bank option when they gave you that. So anyway, they dealt with this and we got to this round. So basically this is the very first round for the 4th bracket, which was the UK World, and we had to wait until I think almost 10 PM for our first fight. And what ended up happening is there wasn't enough players in the world. You can see players remaining 243, and that meant that every single player got a bye. So we all just banked for nothing, got all our brews out. And I had to do a last minute change here because of the delay. I'd seen people such as Gillspecs using the consistency relic, and that was not working for him because everyone had a recoil or a ring of suffering, and it was just meaning that everyone died quicker. So I had a last minute change of plans, and that plan did involve Dragon Knives, which I do not recommend. They don't hit for anything. Like I gave up on that pretty quickly. But yeah, so what happens is we get the buy, the banks go. So yeah, here we go. This is the first round for us, 2 hours in and no one to fight. And so what we've got here is a message saying that the fight's begun, and then only one person can progress. So we are just standing here thinking that the fight's going on, and I'm not aware that it's just gonna kick us into the next round straight away, like as soon as it decides this is over. So suddenly, there you go, I'm in like round 2. No idea that was about to happen. I've never done this before. I didn't even get a chance to be around for the beta for the finals, and I'm now matched with somebody who looks terrifying. Somebody who I later find out is West Ham, which yeah, he demolished me. I'll put it plain and simple, but the tournament went very badly for him. Sadly, West Ham got DDoSed. It was nothing to do with me. I really don't believe in that kind of thing. I wouldn't know how to do it, but yeah, it really sucks for him, and I felt terrible. What can you do, you know? He was very nice about it, though. So yeah, what I would have found super helpful is a handbook to the final guides. Like, you know, just something to tell us what to expect. Like, I mean, I know the chat messages are somewhat helpful, but it would have been nice to say, you know, round 2 is going to start soon, like a minute warning, and then the 10-second countdown. Because if I'd have been looking away or something there, that would have been just disastrous. And yeah, so I've got it sped up here, but you see West Ham just absolutely demolishing me. Like, there's no tomorrow. I could do nothing, and like I had no doubt about that. I barely PK. I'm very casual about it. I never PK on a main. I am very much into a baby pure PKing style. So this is like, you know, a whole different thing for me. I have been PKing for a long time though. I've been playing RuneScape for like nearly 20 years now. And yeah, so I thought I had a chance against some people who weren't quite like West Ham, but this is what we ended up with our first fight. I quickly realised that Dragon Knives did nothing, and at this point you can see he's DC'd. Now, I genuinely thought he knew he'd beaten me so hard that he was just giving me a chance to do some damage here. Probably quite naively of me, but you can see I think he's just playing with me. And so I pull out the Dragon Knives and I just try and go for like some crazy Rambo specs, you know, still thinking that he's playing with me here. And then his prayer drops, and this is when I start to realise something's like up, you know. And as you can see, I'm out of food. He is AFK, no prayer up, well, because he's DDoSed, and incredibly luckily for me here, he stops hitting because of the DDoS. I surely would have died, because look how long it takes me to kill him. But yeah, I get incredibly low HP. I mean, even off the recoiling, basically, I could have died still. Yeah, and I thought maybe like he was going to kill me, and then because he was DC'd, nobody would get to go forward. So at this point now, I was really hoping to kill him, like really hoping, because what's the point in both of us dying, you know what I mean? And luckily he felt the same way. I messaged him on Twitter, but yeah, there we go. I did finally get the kill, and as you can see, I can't believe it. 300 mil loot everything, literally everything. All I need was the ACB and the Armador and stuff like that, but I picked up too much. And one thing you don't know if you haven't done the beta is that you can't drop in between fights, and so I literally had to wait for the fight to drop this and pick up my food. And yeah, luckily I had the forethought to set my drop options to no warning so that I could actually just drop it as soon as the fight started. But yeah, it was quite a lot to try and like learn and deal with, plus the relics. I mean, I didn't have a chance to like fight through the tournament because, you know, I'm just not that good to like be able to get gear and fight, so there was no practice. And yeah, I had to change from consistency at the last minute. But this round, I'm leaving it at normal speed because this is my third round, and as you can see, I'm in the top 500, and I'm matched against somebody I'm pretty confident I can beat, even though they are tri-brids. I know they're struggling with the lag too, but gear-wise, and I do think ability-wise, I could have beaten this person. But yeah, the lag was horrendous, and I don't know how well it translates on video here. You can see the frame rate where I'm just clicking and nothing's happening, but it genuinely felt like you were having to guess your attack, like 2 attacks from when you were doing it, essentially. And yeah, so I had quite a nice start here. I think maybe the DDoSing lag was in my favour, I don't know, but he didn't do a lot of damage to me. And then, yeah, it went kind of downhill towards the end, you know. So the VLS, when it hits massively, and that's the turning point, because it's like 3 food gone, you know what I mean? Like, if you get 2 lucky VLS swings, that's probably the win for you, you know, if the other person can't return that. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I experienced here through this lag, and it wasn't a proper fight, and I really, you know, I felt a little bit hard done by, but it's not too bad. I know it's not Jagex's fault at all. Like, if somebody's going to DDoS like the UK ISP, that's, what can you do? People just are that sad. They don't want people to have fun. So that's the state of the world. But yeah, I had fun. Deadman mode was like fun. Don't get me wrong. And this one was really nice and accessible for a casual player like me. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm quite hardcore with RuneScape, as I've been playing it a long time. But I am still in full-time work, and I'm casual. You know, if I don't want to play, I'm not going to play. I don't have to get on there. And there you can see I got a nice 60 VLS spec, which I was quite pleased about, you know. But yeah, so overall, I rate the Deadman mode really quite fun. The 3 life system was far too punishing. Like, losing your deposit box was just soul crushing. After I realized that was the case, I basically decided to quit for a few days. I waited for like the last week of the tournament, or of the like preparation stage, and then I started kind of actually grinding. I'd spent a bit of time kind of GE flipping to get some starter cash, and then I went for it. And miraculously, I managed to teleport from every PKer that tried to get me and just avoid them whilst I did quests. I mean, the last 2 hours of the actual seasonal bit being open, I was doing all of the quests for piety. So I was running through multi, and for some of them you need like 16 inventory spaces when you're doing murder mystery quest or something. It was pretty terrifying. You know, luckily most people were like preparing, but there were PKs going around. And then that's the turning point in this fight. That dude just hit a plus, like 61 plus with the VLS. And that it really started to go downhill from here, and the lag got worse and worse, as you would expect with a DDoS attack. You know, I'm guessing they just get more of the bot network open, because I know they use like hacked computers for these things. You know, so I don't know if they're just slowly launching more as it goes on, but yeah, it just got worse. And so eventually, it leads to me dying. I'm gonna, you know, probably cut to the end there. But yeah, so overall, really enjoyed Deadman Mode Tournament. If I could say anything for a next one, I do want there to be a next one as a casual player. I know some people think the total level qualifying was controversial, but I kind of liked it. It definitely gave me the opportunity to play it, which I haven't previously been able to get into the finals because of the multi-stages. And yeah, keep the relics, maybe change them up a bit. Some were really subpar. You know, it's still a bit imbalanced in terms of, you know, how strong like a tribe it is necessarily with Rampage. But I get that you're kind of rewarded for the skill, so I'm not too upset about that one. But yeah, keep the relics, lose the 3 lives, losing the deposit box, because that was just not great for anything. I do agree that swapping is weird and you can't really stop it, and it also does seem pretty vital to Deadman mode. Like, without people kind of creating the economy by wanting to make money off it, there's like, it's basically Iron Man mode, which is terrible when there are, you know, just people able to be fed by having other people die to them, or even just give them the stuff in this case. But yeah, you wouldn't be able to play this as a solo player if it was a swapping free Deadman mode, I believe. But yeah, enjoyed it. It was a shame about the final, but oh well. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Take it easy. Peace.